Hi students, welcome to English 1301. I'm your instructor Anna Hazel Reagan. I would like to welcome you to the course. This is a brief, I'm going to try to keep it brief, orientation video just to help you get started in the course this week, okay? So as you can see on my screen, you'll see a couple of different sections of English 1301 listed at the top. I am using one section that's combined one course that's combined with a couple different sections. So don't worry if you don't see your section number up here on my video. Your course looks probably very similar, but there may be a couple of differences. So I'm going to touch on that briefly, but basically I have two sections that are sections that include co-requisite courses. So English 1301 0070 and English 1301 0071 are both courses that have a supplemental course, or a co-requisite is what we call it, NCBW. So some of you enrolled in both, and others of you are not. So if you're in English 1301, 0001, or 0002, you will not have the NCBW co-requisite. And what that means is you are not required to attend the virtual meetings that we have every week for NCBW. But those of you in the co-requisite sections do have weekly meetings that you need to attend, but they are virtual meetings. Okay, so that's what this is. If you have a course that has this at the top, that's what that is for. It's I guess like a widget to help give you access to Microsoft Teams meetings. Now you have other ways to access the meetings, but I might wait and cover that for those of you in the NCBW during our first meeting this week. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to touch on a few things here and just kind of show you what you need to do to get started. Please notice at the top of your screen you have access to a couple of different tools for Blackboard. I should note that some of you who were students in the fall may have already taken a course that uses Blackboard Ultra. This course uses Blackboard Ultra, which is our most recent platform. It's the most up-to-date one that we're transitioning to. You may have other classes that are not in this format, so it may look slightly different. They're very similar, but it may look a little bit different if you're in a Learn course. So just want to point that out in case you're noticing that. But you can click on any of these things. Don't be afraid to break anything. You can click on stuff and look around. I prefer for email contact that you do contact me in Blackboard messages. The reason is it's easier for me to keep track of you all and know who I'm responding to and which class you're in if you email me here using messages. So this works just like email, and actually when you message me here, it goes to my CBC email. So it's almost like you are actually emailing me to my CBC email, but it's actually through here. It just helps me to kind of keep everybody organized and helps me to know, where you're at, which course you're messaging from. Should you use my email, my 0365 email, you can. Just make sure you tell me which course you're in. I will answer you regardless of where you email me from, but I prefer that you contact me through messages. So you do have just one module showing right now, and you have a student resources folder. So you have some resources here that I just want to touch on. I think they're kind of in some ways self-explanatory, but this one is probably the one I want to talk to you about the most. It just shows you my schedule, and I just want to let you know that just because there's blank spots doesn't mean I'm not available at those times. I try to pick times that students are the most active, and I try to space it out so there's morning and later appointments. I try to kind of make it to where I can try to meet everyone's needs. Now, there's nothing scheduled on Friday, but that's just because we tend to have most of our meetings on Fridays. But you're welcome to email me to see if I have, any availability that day, because often I do. Okay, so that is... I also want to show you that I have a couple of widgets down here to help you with scheduling an appointment with me. So please make use of this. The conferences don't have to be 30 minutes long. If you need me for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that's fine too. I just scheduled them at 30 minutes just to make sure we have enough time. So please use that for just any conferencing. Sometimes email isn't enough to get what you need. Sometimes you do really need to just pop on a call. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Don't be afraid to meet with me when you really need somebody just to sit down and kind of go over things with you. Okay. The other widget I have down here is for tutoring. Now this is through our student our student services tutoring department. So this actually has a form you need to fill out for them before you schedule with me, and that's going to help. I think you don't have to have tutoring with me. You can have tutoring with our other tutors. But this is just if you want me to be the one who tutors you, that's what this is for. You just fill out the form, okay? So I hope this will help you all kind of get access to me when you need extra help. We also have Brain Fuse live tutoring. I'm going to talk more about this later, but this is a different type of tutoring that's more virtual. In terms of it's live messaging, and you can send your papers off for review. But CBC tutoring we can also accommodate students virtually, right, with meetings or face-to-face or whatever your needs are. You have some help using Connect, which is going to be one of the learning management systems and tools that we use in the course. Consider that largely your virtual lab that you work in. And this is a website to a wonderful resource for students for years now. If you're a college student, OWL Writing Lab can be of help. It's just a wonderful resource for all things writing and research and things like that. And you have one link to your ebook here, but I would say hold on that until you get into the Connect and get registered. But this is going to be an easy access point for you to get to your book when you need to, when you don't need to do assignments and you just want to look in your book. Okay, so for the first week, let's go and look in here, and I just want to show y'all that we have. When you scroll through, you're going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of things, but they're just kind of broken down bit by bit, a course syllabus would have this all on one page, right? But so let's go over I just want to kind of touch on some of the things here. You've got some places to start, some basic information. So a lot of this is just reading and reviewing. I have some repeated information a couple of places, like the grading criteria you'll also find in my syllabus. The course syllabus for 1301. If you are enrolled in an NCBW, I put this here too just for convenience. There's information about your textbook, which is an ebook, and your access to the Connect. This is just in case anybody wants to opt out of inclusive access. Inclusive access just means, hey, I get all my materials with my tuition at the best price that we can possibly give you, and I have access from day one. So if you're opting out of that for some reason, please contact me so I can just make sure you know what that means. Everything else in here you can click on and read. The technology requirements, policies about attendance and things. This is the important document, I would say, what you think of more than likely when you think of a syllabus. This is the instructor syllabus is what I call it, or we call it course guidelines here. So it's basically, the late work policy, more information about attendance and withdrawing if you need to, and grading evaluation methods, how you're evaluated. All of that information is here. And real quick, I want to show you that this is presented to you in a a Canva live document, so you can pop this out here. You can, go through it in different ways. Sorry, my little thing's popping up in my way here. So you can, this is linked, so you can pop over to different things. So just don't worry again about breaking anything. You can also just open this and scroll through it, just like you would with anything. So you have that to look through. You want to make sure you review these things because you will have a little bitty quiz here shortly. The course schedule is here. Any changes will be announced in Blackboard. Should there be anything, like, it happens, it comes up when we have an event like our weather event, which is happening on the first day of classes, of course. Then you have a few things. You'll know you have assignments because you'll see due dates. So this is just something to read and acknowledge. So you get credit just for doing that, reading the syllabus agreement. You have a little syllabus quiz. You have a tutorial to help you get registered, so you're just going to be watching this. And then you have a video orientation, which has a few videos that you watch about Connect. And this is fairly simple because you will just kind of click that you understand or you watch something, and then you get credit for just doing that. And then the first real Connect assignment you have is AL, which is adaptive learning. There will be a little video to help you with that in the video orientation, but this is where you do work learning about how to be successful in an online course, and you're going to feel like you're just thrown in there, but it's testing you to see what you know, and then it's kind of filling in the gaps where there are gaps, and providing you with resources. And then if you get things wrong, you get things wrong. But if you get it right, you move on to the next part. So you're not penalized for missing things, but you do have to make progress, or the assignment will feel like it never ends. So you do want to try, and then you get full credit for completion. And the fun part is the photo collage and discussion. So all the instructions are here for you. I will be posting on here as well on the first day at some point. So I will also introduce myself a little more aligned with this discussion assignment. And then you are wrapping up. So you have a full week to complete this first module. So, take your time. There's no rush. You want to make sure you understand everything you need to know to get off on the right foot. That's really important when you're any kind of student, but then, of course, any type of remote student. So that's important. Keep that in mind. And I will be on standby to help answer your questions, or to let you know anything that I can think of, if I've left anything out. If you see any mistakes or anything that looks weird, please let me know. It happens. You always think, wow, I've spent so much time on this, I fixed everything and updated everything, and then sometimes there's something that escaped. So please let me know if you see anything that looks confusing or is not accurate. I really appreciate your help with that. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful first week. Stay warm, and I will be in touch soon. Take care.